The National Trust have banned hunts from using their land, or have they? Last month, a historic vote was held to determine whether the National Trust would continue to allow so-called trail hunts on their land. A resolution was brought forward by a member of the Trust who wanted to see an end to hunting activities, and in a landslide majority, 76,816 members voted in favour of the hunting ban, and 38,184 against it. However, while this was an overwhelming result, the National Trust Board of Trustees still get the final say as to whether this verdict will actually be carried through. In fact, the official line from the National Trust is that we're not currently issuing licences for any trail hunting activities. The votes cast by members on the resolutions are advisory and will help us make decisions in the months to come. Later this year, our Board of Trustees will meet and reflect on the outcomes of the resolutions. So it is by no means a done deal, even despite endless evidence of so-called trail hunts using National Trust land to chase and kill wildlife. So how exactly did we get to this point? What exactly is trail hunting, and why are major landowners under increasing pressure to ban trail hunts from their land? Since 2017, Keep the Ban has drawn attention to the National Trust and their allowance of so-called trail hunts to use their land. We set up a petition which has since been signed by over 370,000 people and was later handed in to the National Trust in person. We then supported National Trust member Helen Boynham in her resolution calling on the Trust to permanently end all trail hunt licences. This began a 6-month campaign, visiting National Trust sites and encouraging National Trust members to vote in favour of the resolution. Whilst the resolution was ultimately unsuccessful by a mere 300 votes out of around 60,000, it did result in major changes to how licences are given out. The National Trust also created a dedicated team to deal with the issue of trail hunting, and it has led to a significant reduction in the number of hunts using trust land. In 2018, 25 licences were handed out to hunts, but by 2019 this number had fallen by 64% to just 9 hunts. In the most recent season, only 1 licence was given out by the National Trust. The issue of these licences is that so-called trail hunting is nothing but a smokescreen for illegal fox hunting. Last year, on the 13th of November, online webinars hosted by Lord Mancroft and the Hunting Office were leaked by the Huntsactor Association and showed senior hunting officials and even an ex-police officer advise hunts from across the country how to use trail hunting as a cover-up for illegal fox hunting. 2 weeks later, this led to major landowners such as the National Trust, Forestry England, and a whole host of other organisations temporarily suspending so-called trail hunt licences on their land. In the meantime, Keep the Ban has been applying pressure on these landowners to make their suspensions permanent, with over 500,000 people signing up petitions to make this a reality. Fast forward to February the 13th of this year, and Mark Hankinson, director of the Masters of Foxhounds Association, is charged with a Hunting Act offence as a result of these webinars. On the 15th of October, Hankinson was eventually found guilty of encouraging others to commit an offence, and Judge Ikram stated that it was clearly advice and encouragement to commit the offence of hunting a wild mammal with a dog. It really cannot be understated just how significant this verdict was. For the first time in open court, the sham that is trail hunting was laid bare for all to see and proved what anti-hunt campaigners have been saying for years. Indeed, ever since the 2004 Hunting Act came into place, which made hunting wild mammals with hounds illegal, hunts across the country have turned to the notion of trail hunting as an alibi for their sordid abuse of wildlife. In theory, trail hunting involves an artificial scent being laid down for the hounds to pursue, as opposed to chasing and hunting a live mammal, but this never happens. However, what it does provide is a smokescreen for hunts to claim that they didn't deliberately or intentionally kill an animal, but that their hounds simply caught the scent of a fox and deviated off course. This is nothing but a lie, and the now infamous Trail of Lies report found that less than 1% of hunts lay a potentially genuine artificial trail down. A report from the 2018-19 hunting season conducted by National Distrust highlighted that reckless and out-of-control hunts continue to wreak havoc across the countryside. terrorising and killing not only wildlife but domestic animals too. This same report, conducted of 44 randomly selected hunts ordinarily licensed by the National Trust, found that a third had convictions for assault upon monitors, and that 70% of these hunts had members arrested for wildlife crime relating to activities carried out under so-called trail hunts. The outcome of the most recent National Trust AGM to ban these hunts from National Trust land has therefore been a long time coming. As of right now, the Board of Trustees get to decide whether the vote will be carried out, and so the future of hunting on National Trust still hangs in the balance. We're calling for our supporters to continue to make their voices heard, and to petition the National Trust to do the right thing and end hunting on their land for good.